All right. Good afternoon, everyone in Middle Georgia. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Stinnett giving you a quick update on what's turning into an active afternoon of weather, but really we're going to start focusing on tomorrow. We do have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings ongoing across Middle Georgia this afternoon, and we are going to be talking about specifically down in Crifts County. That's within our viewing area. We're going to be watching this area of rain and thunderstorms as we continue through the next couple of hours. Again, watching widespread thunderstorms off towards our really west. Across Alabama, we're dealing with widespread thunderstorms. And again, in Middle Georgia, we are seeing a severe thunderstorm watch just to the south and west of us. Sumter County, Crifts County, watch just to the south of you. So this does cover the Albany area. But for Middle Georgia, we're kind of in decent shape right now. But all of Middle Georgia included in the threat for some strong to severe storms. From Macon off towards the south, it's that level 2 slight risk is what we like to call that. And what that is strong thunderstorms are certainly possible as we roll through the afternoon and evening hours. But again, the main concern going to be across South Georgia this afternoon. North of Macon, it's a marginal threat. And again, our focus will really start to come in to play for tomorrow's. Tomorrow's going to be a really active day of weather across Middle Georgia. Again, you see the storms off towards our east or off towards our west across Alabama. As we get closer to home, rain ongoing from Upson County over towards Bibb-Macon County and then sliding over towards Twiggs County. And again, some rumbles of thunder. We've been hearing some rumbles of thunder here at our station in downtown Macon. But really, we're going to continue to focus on some of these stronger storms down towards, say, Cordele. That's where the area of greatest concern will be over the next couple of hours. And that's where we're seeing those widespread chances for those severe storms. So I'll pull up the warning, give you a heads up, and really the hail concern is the main threat for these storms the next couple of days. Maybe 1.5 inches hail with this storm down in Cordele as of right now. That's what the National Weather Service is saying. So we're going to be keeping an eye on it over the next little while as it continues to push down into really southern Crifts County. You see that very intense hail core. You're seeing all the whites, all that lightning approaching a rabbi right along Interstate 75, came through Warwick. And what we'll do is we'll stop this now and just give you a general idea that this is a very intense storm. It's not a tornado threat. It's a severe thunderstorm warning. And again, for Crifts County until 3:45, you see this white. That is a very strong updraft. That's where we're dealing with that hail core, likely 1.5 inch hail. That's about golf ball size hail in many spots. So we're going to continue to track this over the next few minutes as it's approaching Highway 41 and then Interstate 75 through Crifts County. It's updating pretty quickly. All storms are producing tremendous amounts of lightning. Big heat means big storms, and that's what we're dealing with across Middle Georgia. And again, our main concern continues to be down in Crifts County. We're seeing locations near Pateville. Heavy rainfall. It's just to the east of Acorn Pond, and this is going to be heading right over towards Interstate 75. So if you do know anyone traveling on 75 today, tell them, let this storm pass because this is going to be the greatest concern. Again, a Rabbi Warwick Road, this is where that worst part of the storm is, coming east of Pateville as you head off towards the east towards Interstate 75. State Highway 33, that's what we're watching over in Crifts County. And again, as we continue to slide off towards the east, this gives you an idea of some of those stronger storms that we're dealing with as it approaches Interstate 75. Again, severe thunderstorm warning. The only warning in our viewing area is for Crifts County until 3:45. I'll put a path on this, kind of track it out a little bit, and notice there's another thunderstorm warning back towards the west, and that's what we're dealing with these strong storms coming out of Alabama. Been watching some of the Weather Service offices in Alabama. Golf ball to ping pong ball size hail coming across Troy back towards Lake Eufaula. So do keep that in mind. These storms are producing a lot of large hail and even some gusty winds, maybe as high as 60 to 70 miles per hour. And again, you see in southwest Georgia, Daltrey County, Randolph County, Terrell County, Calhoun County, you have a severe thunderstorm warning until 4:30. But again, continue to track off towards the east. That's where we're going to be watching. Here in Middle Georgia, we're in pretty decent shape. We're not too concerned with any warnings right now as we look down into Macon. We are having some heavy rainfall across much of Middle Georgia. Over towards Twiggs County, you see heavy rainfall. So Interstate 16 going to be a messy go of it. Heading down towards Peach County as well as Houston County, getting a lot of heavy rainfall coming into, say, Warner Robins here shortly. Nothing severe. That's certainly some good news, but we're going to continue to track this activity over the next few hours as it continues to drift off towards the east at about 25 to 30 miles per hour. And again, expanding out, Middle Georgia, this is where we're seeing the rain and thunderstorms. Southwest Georgia, that's where that greatest threat for severe weather. So I'm actually going to hop ahead and show you some of the forecast models for tomorrow. Again, as we look at tomorrow's going to be a weather-worn day for much of Middle Georgia, and that's what we're going to be looking. Here's the Storm Prediction Center outlook for tomorrow. All of Southwest Georgia under that level 3 enhanced risk. We'll be watching it. Middle Georgia, North Georgia, South Georgia, you're in that level 2 risk. And what we're going to be doing is watching another run of these clusters of storms working its way off towards the south and east tomorrow. And I really think tomorrow we're going to have multiple rounds of strong to severe storms working across Middle Georgia. So that's why we're going with that weather-worn day. Getting closer, again, Macon, up towards, say, really Sparta, Eatonton, Monticello, Milledgeville, level 2 risk. Don't really focus on colors on a map. Storms, they don't pay attention to those lines, but the greatest chance for those stronger storms tomorrow is going to be across, say, Sumter County, as well as down towards Crisp County, Wilcox County, as well as Macon County, as they're going to be dealing with that level 3 risk. As we look at some of the forecast model output, this just shows you this evening we'll be tracking storms mainly across our southern counties. This is where that chance for those strongest storms will be, down towards Telfair County, heading over towards Wheeler County, as well as Montgomery County. And then tomorrow, we start off stormy. Here's the hour-by-hour forecast. This is 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and I really think we're going to start seeing storms develop. And then as we head throughout the day, look at that. Storms will quickly intensify across Middle Georgia. This is the morning commute. It's going to be a wet and stormy morning commute across Middle Georgia, so do keep that in mind. We'll get a little lull in the activity in some spots, but then we're going to get more thunderstorms developing, and it's just going to be one of those really 24 to 48 hour periods where we're going to be seeing those thunderstorms, multiple rounds of thunderstorms. Not going to be raining constantly, but we are going to be dealing with thunderstorms tomorrow night, and into Thursday. And again, very heavy rainfall is certainly a possibility along with that severe weather threat. Check out some of these rainfall potential totals we're going to be dealing with over the next 24 to 48 hours. 3 to 5 inches across Southwest Georgia. Middle Georgia, 3 to 4 inches, maybe 1 to 3 inches in some of our northeastern communities. So a wet go of it over the next 24 to 48 hours, and that's what we're going to be really watching as we head through tomorrow as well. So not just the severe weather threat, but we are going to be talking about that threat for those stronger downpours that will be bringing maybe the potential for some isolated flash flooding. Again, big picture, watching storms in Alabama as they're making their way out of Alabama into Southwest Georgia. In Middle Georgia, we're in pretty decent shape. Macon, it's just raining. Back towards Thomaston, Butler, more rainfall, and this rain's going to continue to slide off towards the east. The one storm of concern continues to be in southern Crisp County, down just south of Cordele, where maybe 1.5 inch hail is being reported. 1.5 inches is about ping pong ball size hail, along with winds maybe up to 65 to 75 miles per hour. Severe thunderstorm watch across our southwestern counties of Georgia, but nothing in Middle Georgia. So just to the south of Sumter County, Crisp County, Wilcox County, that's where they're going to be dealing with that greatest chance for those severe thunderstorm warnings. And you see that extends down into the Florida Panhandle as well as southwest Alabama. So if your travels do take you down 75 this evening, you will be dealing with those stronger storms as well. Day 1 convective outlook. This is just showing you where the greatest chance for those severe weather or severe storms will be. And again, level 2 risk for Macon off towards the south. And again, I really think the worst of the weather today is going to be across Southwest Georgia. And that's kind of where we're seeing these warnings as they're already being issued across Southwest Georgia. So again, quick update on the radar. It's 317. We're coming up on 318 here in Middle Georgia. We're going to be watching these thunderstorms off towards the south and west. Cordele, just to the south of you is where we're watching this one storm of greatest concern as it continues to work off towards the east at about 15 miles or 30 miles per hour on that hell core. Very intense. Moving off towards the east, we're going to be tracking it, giving you double run, maybe getting over into that part of the middle Georgia. That's where we're going to be seeing some of this thunderstorm activity. Again, that hell core looks very intense on the radar. So we're going to keep an eye on this the next few minutes. Really not a tornado threat with these storms as we head through the next couple of days. There's not a lot of shear as far as the spinning of the air. Doesn't mean we can't have a tornado warning, but it mean we're looking at a typical springtime severe weather setup. It's really going to be a hail and really a damaging wind threat the next couple of days. Again, severe thunderstorm warning for Crisp County until 3:45 as the storm's working right across Interstate 75. So we'll keep an eye on it for the first couple of minutes. Again, very intense thunderstorm. A lot of lightning with this storm as it continues to head off towards the east. Of course, we'll be updating you on future warnings as we head through the rest of the afternoon and evening. Of course, we'll have another Facebook Live tonight with more storms as we get ready for that weather-worn day tomorrow. But overall, just going to be an active day of weather across middle Georgia tomorrow. This evening, most of the rain and thunderstorm activity is behaving, especially in middle Georgia. That's always certainly some great news. But then, we're going to be watching things off towards the south and west as we head through the next couple of hours. Heavy rainfall. Once again, middle Georgia, a little bit of lightning mixing in Twiggs County. This will be sliding over into in Washington County, Johnson County, Lawrence County. You had a strong storm yesterday in Dublin. More storms are on your way. Interstate 75 from Macon down towards Warner Robins, Perry. Heavy rainfall right now, nothing severe, but definitely some torrential downpours. And then back towards the west, we are watching more storms. We're going to keep an eye on these over the next few minutes. And again, southern Crisp County until 3:45. You see those additional storms coming across the Alabama state line, right along the Chattahoochee River, Lake Eufaula. That's going to be sliding down towards Albany, Moultrie, and then over towards Nashville, essentially. So Interstate 75 south, not the best drive as we head through the evening. Of course, I'll be back here checking questions, comments. Just let us know if you have any questions. But of course, you can stay up to date with our WGXA weather app. It has those great push notifications that will alert you if you find yourself under the threat for some strong storms tomorrow. Especially, you'll want that as we are going to be having that threat for strong storms. Once again, I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Stinnett. We'll be back on WGXA at 5, 6.